I'm Tracy from College Cornwall, and I'm here to offer a snapshot from our assertiveness course. Today I'd like to share some tools that help to build assertive communication. Assertive communication is about being able to express yourself in a way that is considerate to ourselves and to others. It's about understanding our own boundaries and limits and being able to express them appropriately whilst being authentic and true to yourself. Assertive communicators tend to use a lot of I statements. For example, I hear what you're saying, but I feel differently. They know how to express their feelings in a way that doesn't make the other person feel undervalued or unwelcome. On our assertiveness course, we go through a 4-step process for building assertive communication. And step 1 is assess the request. Pause, step back and take a moment to assess what's being asked of you. And don't be afraid to ask for thinking about it time. Step 2, ask questions. Find out the details around the request before you respond. Step 3, no over-apologising or excuses. Step 4, look to the future and suggest alternatives. So let's have a go at putting that into practice using a scenario. And in this scenario, say a friend asks to lend some money from you. So we'll go through our 4-step process and start with assess that request. So we'll take a moment to pause and ask ourselves, have I got the spare money available? Do I have previous experience of lending money that didn't go so well? And actually, do I want to lend money? Step 2, ask questions. For example, before deciding whether yes or no is appropriate to the request, establish how much they want to loan. Step 3, decide if yes or no is appropriate for you and go with it. The key here is to do so without feeling guilty or over-apologising, which we know is so much easier said than done. And step 4, suggest alternatives, if that feels right for you. Sometimes starting by offering alternatives feels easier than saying no. For example, I can't offer you the whole amount, but I can spare half. Alongside that, setting boundaries can really help to build assertive communication and helps other people to understand what they can expect from you. Boundaries are the limits we set for ourselves that indicate what we find acceptable and unacceptable. And in the example we have just talked through, we could use some boundaries around time to set some clear expectations. For example, I can loan you half the money and will need it repaid in a week's time. In all of this, it's important to be honest with yourself first. You have the right to have your limits and values respected, but ask yourself, are you being true to yourself and are you communicating that assertively and clearly? Thank you for joining me for this snapshot. I hope to see you again soon.